Well, folks, I want to welcome you to another episode here at Gideon's Tactical. Today, I'm excited for this particular review because if you're like me, you may have a lot of different blades in your rotation depending on either the job you're expecting your knife to do or you just love collecting blades and you like taking different ones out there, and it may not be very financially wise for you to, or you just may not have the capability to get custom leather or Kydex sheaths for your knives. So you're always on the lookout for maybe like a modular sheath, and we've reviewed in the past Spec Ops modular sheaths, and those are some fantastic sheaths, but the issue with those is that they're not really set up for those more narrow tactical field knives, like say example the SRK. The SRK kind of swims in some of those sheaths, a Sog Seal Pup, some of the Gerber knives out there that are more in this tactical feel and tactical vein. They just don't fit very well for that. Well, Tactical Tailor has designed a 6-inch universal modular sheath. That's what we're looking at here today. That's what we're going to be reviewing. I'm going to show you this thing in action so that hopefully by the end of the video you'll know whether or not this is going to be a better option, particularly for, again, those kind of field scout knives that have thinner, narrower blades, whether or not this might be a good option if either you're not happy with your stock sheath or you have multiple blades and you're just looking to upgrade that stock sheath. Either way, hopefully this video is going to show you what this modular or universal sheath has to offer and whether or not it's going to be a good purchase for you. So with that being said, let's start looking at this Tactical Tailor universal sheath. All right, let me talk to you real quick about the price point, and I'll have a link in the description below to the Tactical Tailor website. And this is going to run you right around the $35 mark, which is a great value. It just depends on what color scheme will determine within about $2 or $3 of each other, whether you go with black, tan, or multicam like I have here. The multicam will obviously be a little bit more expensive usually, but for $35 for a USA-made modular sheath, not bad at all, and very reasonable for the materials and the design that they're giving you in this sheath. So for that price point, not bad at all. All right, folks, so I'm going to refer a lot to the Spec Ops sheath throughout this review because I've been using this for many years and have been very pleased with it. And a lot of you know about the Spec Ops sheath. Not as many of you know about the Tactical Tailor sheath. Now, the Spec Ops sheath is also USA made. These are designed for much larger, kind of wider, thicker knives, though, not so much the field knives, so to speak. This one is the 8-inch model. Again, we're looking at the 6-inch model on the Tactical Tailor. They do make a 6-inch version as well with a big, magazine pouch from Spec Ops, so they do make that. Now, this is the issue though that I have with the Spec Ops. So it may be great for some of those big survival knives and very well designed for the field knives or tactical knives, say like the Sog Seal Pup. You can see there, I mean, it is just swimming around there. There's no retention at all, and it's just ginormous in comparison to the knife. Even say like the Gerber Strong Arm or the SRK that we've been looking at. It's just swimming around in there and there's barely any retention, and it's just, this sheath is just way too big for that. And so that's where the Tactical Tailor knife sheath and universal knife sheath comes into play. It's much more designed for these style of knives. Last thing I want to say before I get this out of frame and start continuing on with the Tactical Tailor is that probably a lot of you have noticed by now, this Tactical Tailor retention strap is only Velcro, and that is a big downside to me. That's all it is. There's no button snap and there's no adjustability. They're just trusting on this Velcro. I live in the Rocky Mountains, so I'm not only in a high plains desert sometimes, so I get sand in here. It's going to wear out right away, and in the wintertime, snow gets in this Velcro. It's not going to hold any sort of retention. I do not like that aspect of this sheath. That's the one kind of downside. Whereas on the Spec Ops sheath, they've not only brought it down closer, which I wish they would do with this, but there is Velcro that you use to adjust it, and then it's a snap that goes around your guard, and a very good quality snap at that. So this is a much better setup. I really hope that Tactical Tailor takes some pointers from Spec Ops and just adds this style of strap to their knives. Sheaths would be awesome. So in this capacity, this knife sheath is much better for the field knives that we're going to look at here in just a moment as I put them in, but the Spec Ops sheath does have a leg up when it comes to the strap around the handle of the knives because it has the Velcro to adjust it and the button to keep it really nice and secure. So I like that feature a lot more than on the Tactical Tailor. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at those blades I just showed you in the Spec Ops sheath and show you how much better they do actually fit inside this Tactical Tailor sheath. All right, so let me give you some dimensions here on this plastic sleeve, and this plastic sleeve that holds the knife is able to be removed. You can take it out and clean it and do different stuff with it. But what we're looking at from the top to the bottom, its width is 1.3 inches and it's 6 inches long. So that's very important to note. The max width that a knife can be inside this sheath is 1.3 inches from the top of the spine to the cutting edge, and from the guard to the tip, 6 inches. If it's longer than that, it's not going to fit properly and not be secure inside the sheath. I'll just kind of take this out here. It has little felt inserts inside here, and you can remove this entire plastic insert and do what you need to, either clean it out or swap out the felts, because it does come with another felt liner in there. You can get all the way up to 1/4 inch if you need to, you know, 1/4 inch blades, which is nice, and down to about 1/8 of an inch. You know, not too many of these style knives come that thin, but you could fit some of those in there. And just to give you some other perspective here, here is a Falkneven S1, fits in there great. Real nice and secure, and it's not going to want to fall out because of the retention with those felt liners in there. It's really nice and secure and snug, and you almost kind of feel it suck in. I got a Gerber strong arm just to give you an idea here. That fits real nice and secure in there, and again with that strap, holds it into place, pulls it out, and then a SOG seal pup. You know, none of these knives would be able to fit inside that other sheath that we just kind of talked about. Boom. So just to give you some perspective, all of these, you know, tactical, utility / fighting knives, field knives, if you will, are going to fit perfectly and real nice inside this sheath. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here at the 3 different attachment points that they give you for this sheath. Now, the first one is up here with this nice belt loop. I really like this a lot. We got huge piece of Velcro right there, which makes it easy to put it on your belt without taking your belt off. I like that a lot. And if you don't want that and you're going to be riding it on a rig or on a pack, you can easily slide it out through that plastic ring. So that's very easy to do, and that makes it really nice carry and a drop leg carry, which I prefer on your belt. I like that aspect and that ride a lot. Then as we move down to the bottom, you have these 2 big sleeves right here, so you can adjust the leg strap. Now this is a very high quality, great quality leg strap with rubber tracks. These gray pieces are rubber, so it's going to grip really tight to your clothes, you know, and it's not going to be sliding around and causing friction. I really like that. And then as well as a little bit of a bungee system there, so it just really is secure around your leg and is going to be able to ride very nice and secure, and you're not going to have this thing flopping and flying around, particularly if you're running and gunning. And you can adjust that for both lower carry or higher carry, and just makes it super snug on your leg. And if you don't like carrying it on your leg and you'd rather carry it either on PALS webbing of some kind, either on your tactical vest or on a pack, they give you that feature as well. Or if you remove the belt attachment as well as the leg attachment, which you can easily do, then you also have these MOLLE tabs back here with this PALS webbing that you can easily lash onto any PALS webbing or MOLLE compatible pack or gear or plate carrier, whatever you want to attach it to. So it gives you tons of different attachment points, not only on your body, but also on your gear. Well, folks, it's time for us to bring this review on this modular sheath from Tactical Tailor to a close, and kind of give you my final thoughts on it. My final thoughts are this. I love that they've given you, you know, universal sheath that will be able to hold a lot more of those field knives that just don't fit in some of those other modular sheaths from particularly Spec Ops. You know, they don't fit in those. So now you know, if you want to upgrade or you need to replace your sheath or whatever, then you'd have to be paying lots of money for extra, either, you know, leather or Kydex. That's not the case with this sheath on the market. It's able to hold those smaller, thinner blades, if you will, in the sense of the width of from the back of the spine to the cutting edge. They're narrower, so they're able to fit in here better. I like that. Great, you know, overall design, leg lashings, you know, the PALS webbing features, the dangle option, great USA made material. All that is fantastic, but as we've talked about, this is the big drawback, guys. Right here, this little Velcro, I mean, I barely even have to touch it, and you can see there it's already coming undone. And you know, we've talked about it. Really hope that Tactical Tailor fixes this and just changes, if they just change this up right here, this would be a phenomenal knife sheath for these field knife designed or tactical design blades. So you got to pick your poison. You got to decide whether or not you like all the other features, and either you can live with the Velcro, or if you can figure out a way to mod it yourself so you don't really have to worry about the Velcro. Maybe, you know, put in a button right there, or I mean, do whatever you need to do, but really hope that changes. Other than that, I mean, everything else is great. So it's kind of, you know, weigh your options, pick your poison, what's important to you. Maybe that you're like, oh, that's not a big deal. Or maybe for you, you're like, what, Velcro? Pfft, I'm not picking that. So hopefully Velcro and a button will be coming in later models right here. So with all that being said, guys, hopefully that this review has helped you out with your purchasing decisions, showing you what Tactical Tailor is producing with their Universal Sheath. And again, I'll have links in the description below. If you like what you see here, you can hop on over to Tactical Tailor and pick one of these suckers up for a very reasonable price. So as always, check us out on all the relevant social media. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video. And as always, remember, stay equipped, stay prepared. We'll see you out there.